morning, everybody. Today, our short and sweet Shabbat is recorded, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. But it's just a once in a while thing that happens that I record it ahead of time, so that you can enjoy Shabbat and I can get something important accomplished that doesn't necessarily always happen. I'm going to put on my kippah to be ready for Shabbat. And we're gonna sing a little. Here we go. Shabbat is here, Shabbat is here. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Candles burning bright, it's a Friday night. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Shabbat shalom to Annie. Shabbat shalom to Quinn. Shabbat shalom to Quinn's mommy. Shabbat shalom to everyone. Shabbat is here, Shabbat is here. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Candles burning bright, it's a Friday night. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Shabbat shalom to Evie. Shabbat shalom to Harry. Shabbat shalom to Annie. Shabbat shalom to Rylan. Shabbat is here, Shabbat is here. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Candles burning bright, it's a Friday night. I'm so glad that Shabbat is here. Good morning. So part of the reason Miss Ellie is recording it this morning is that Mr. Alec needs to go to the doctor. It's not a serious thing, it's just a routine thing, but it happened to be at a day and a time when I normally do our Shabbat together. So I am going to do our recording a little bit early. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what happens when somebody that we care about doesn't feel well. How do we take care of those people that we love when they are not feeling well? I know that this week some of us are not feeling well, and we are helping each other and sending positive thoughts and thinking about how we can help and be supportive for people who aren't doing so great right now, but they're on their way to healing. So there's a prayer in the Jewish tradition that's commonly said on Shabbat. It's called the Misha Berach. And what the words mean is it's a prayer to God that if someone is sick or if someone is in need of healing, for God to notice and pay attention and to bring a complete recovery to those people who are suffering. So I'm going to sing that prayer for you guys. And hopefully if you have someone in your heart and your mind that is trying to get better from a sickness or from an injury, be thinking about them. Hold them right here in that special place in your heart while we sing this song. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Limotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. May those in need of healing have refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. I hope that anyone who isn't feeling well today has a very quick and complete recovery. All right, more songs. Get out your gillies. We're going to do our Gilly, Gilly, Gilly Shabbat song. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, gilly, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, gilly, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, gilly, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, gilly, 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 Shabbat shalom. Let's see if we can do it very slowly. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, gilly, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, gilly, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, gilly, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, gilly, 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 Shabbat shalom. Let's see if we can do it super fast. Are you ready? Get your gillies out. You're going to have to do those because I'm going to play the guitar while you gilly. So here we go. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, gilly, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, gilly, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, gilly, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, gilly, 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 Shabbat shalom. All right, let's see. Something that's coming up. Last week we talked a little bit about it when I opened up my challah cover and I found matzah in there. This is a book called a Haggadah, and it is the story that we tell on Passover. We have a very special book. Some of it has music in it. Some of it has pictures in it. And it helps us tell the story. Oh, that's a weird illustration. Look at there. It helps us tell the story of Passover while we eat the Passover feast. And as we go through the story, it gives us things to think about. And that's pretty cool, I think. It gives you everything you need to think about Passover and spring and change and new opportunities. So Passover is coming up this week. It's at the very end of the week, this coming week. And it is a holiday where we don't eat smushy bread. We eat only unleavened bread, which is the very thin matzah, or other kinds of grains that have not been cooked or soaked in water. We do this because when we left Egypt, when we were slaves in Egypt, we left in a big hurry and we didn't have time to make the kind of bread that needs to rise and needs to be worked with our hands and kneaded, and that takes a lot of time. And it takes time to bake that bread. Matzah takes 18 minutes from the time you put the water in the flour to the time you finish baking it and take it out of the oven. 18 minutes, that's not very much time at all. It's less time than we do for short and sweet Shabbat. So that's a very interesting thing that we eat the food that we would have eaten then in our time when we were escaping from slavery. So that's pretty cool. There's lots of things in that Passover story that we can sing about and dance about and eat about. I'm going to do the Seder plate song, but I did not draw my Seder plate this morning. I'm going to just sing about it so we can hear a little bit about some of the things that we eat on Passover. Parsley green, number 1, means that springtime has begun. For it's Pesach now, how do we celebrate? See what's on our Seder plate. Haroset is number 2, for the work we had to do. For it's Pesach now, how do we celebrate? See what's on our Seder plate. bitter tears of slavery. For it's Pesach now, how do we celebrate? See what's on our Seder plate. Roasted shank bone is number 4 for the markings on our door. For it's Pesach now, how do we celebrate? See what's on our Seder plate. Roasted egg number 5, it's so good to be alive. For it's Pesach now, how do we celebrate? See what's on our Seder plate. Last thing is something green, a brand new life will now be seen. For it's Pesach now, how do we celebrate? See what's on our Seder plate. Wasn't that a fun one? I really like that one. So now we're going to take a moment and we're going to light our Shabbat candles. My dinosaur is over there getting ready. And we'll light our candles and say our Shabbat blessings and sing a few more songs. Bring in the light of Shabbat. Welcome Shabbat. Welcome Shabbat. Welcome Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Now we're going to drink the wine. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. And I take a sip. Okay, guess what's in here? I take off my challah cover and oh my goodness, it's matzah. This is that bread I was telling you about, the very thin bread that is not the sweet, fluffy challah that we normally eat. This is matzah. My matzah broke when I was putting it under my challah cover. But we still bless it as if it was bread. So here we go. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lahem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lahem min haaretz. Amen. And I'm going to take a bite. Oh, that's good. Lovely. Okay. I'm so glad that tonight it is Shabbat. Tonight it is Shabbat. Tonight it is Shabbat. I'm so glad that tonight it is Shabbat. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. I'm gonna light the candles on Shabbat. The candles on Shabbat. The candles on Shabbat. I'm gonna light the candles on Shabbat. Lechadlik ner shel Shabbat. It's the matzah. The matzah Shabbat. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. I'm so glad that tonight it is Shabbat. Tonight it is Shabbat. Tonight it is Shabbat. I'm so glad that tonight it is Shabbat. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. And I think it's time for us to sing about our little friend here who is watching the candles burn so brightly. And if you have a dinosaur at home, a stuffy dinosaur, you can get him handy or her handy, and we will sing about our dinosaurs. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, knocking 1, 2, 3. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, and he wants to have Shabbat with me. First we light the candles, put your fingers up for 2 candles, bing, bing. And then we drink the juice. And then we eat the challah bread. No, because we are dinosaurs. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, knocking 1, 2, 3. There's a dinosaur knocking at my door, and he wants to have Shabbat. He wants to have Shabbat. He wants to have Shabbat with me. Isn't that fun? Can you imagine a dinosaur coming to Shabbat? First of all, they might be too big to get into the front door, so we'd have to have a picnic outside. And then, you know, they don't really have, well, Tyrannosaurus Rex, T-Rex, he has tiny hands, so he can only eat small bites at a time unless he uses his whole big toothy mouth. And if it's a Triceratops, they might pick up the hollow with one of their horns. And if it's a vegetation eater, like my little Diplodocus over there, they might just graze right off the picnic blanket, off the ground, like they're eating grass or flowers. Oh, it might be fun to imagine that picnic party for Shabbat. All right, let's see what else we've got here today. I think that maybe we should sing another Passover song. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Who are those children all dressed in white? God's gonna trouble the water. It must be the children of the Israelites. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. It's kind of low for Miss Ellie this morning. Who are those children all dressed in red? God's gonna trouble the water. Must be the ones that Moses led. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. God's gonna trouble the water. If you're familiar with the story of Passover, we were running and running away from the Egyptians, and we reached a point where we were at the shores of a sea. And the sea was long and wide, and there was no boat and no real way to cross. And some miracle I don't know if you know the word miracle. Miracle is something that happens that you did not expect, that couldn't normally happen. And so God created a miracle where the water pushed itself up on either side like a big wall, and the people were able to walk through that channel all the way to the dry land on the other side. But when the water went up like that, it was such a surprising miracle that the people didn't know what to do. And most of them were afraid. Oh, we're not going to go there. That's dangerous. If we walk there and then the water comes splashing back, some of us don't know how to swim. But one person named Nachshon decided he was going to be brave, and he walked forward and stepped into that path, that sort of muddy, smushy path. And everybody followed, and they all went across and got to the other side. So that's pretty cool. And Miriam, who is Moses' sister, who plays a very important part in the story, had one of these. You've seen this before. This is my tambourine. I think Addie and Quinn have tambourines. Maybe some of the rest of you have tambourines. And she sang a song with Moses called Micha Mocha. So I'm going to sing that a little bit for you. And I'm going to play my little tambourine. So here we go. Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora Tzilot, Osefele, la 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 la. Na 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 na. Da, 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 da. There you can see there's Miriam, and she's holding her tambourine, and she's also holding a pomegranate. A pomegranate is a fruit that has a lot of seeds, lots and lots and lots of very juicy seeds, and it's a sign of good luck to have a pomegranate with you and to eat from the pomegranate seeds. Oh, okay. That's Miss Ellie's phone. All right, so we are going to sing one more song, and then we're going to say goodbye for today. We're going to have our beautiful Shabbat. Again, I wanted to wish everyone a happy Shabbat, a happy Pesach, happy Passover. Coming up next week, we'll also still meet on Friday. But I just wanted to make sure you know that I am thinking about you. If you have a bad cold, if you have a sickness that you're trying to get over, know that you're in my heart and in my prayers, and I hope that everybody feels better. And I will see you all next time. I'm so glad we were together. I'm so glad we were together to sing on Shabbat with Annie and Quinn and Harry and Evie. I'm so glad we were together. I'm so glad we were together to sing on Shabbat with Eddie and Ryland and our mommies and our daddies and everyone with us. I'm so glad we are together. I'm so glad we are together to sing on Shabbat. Let's do the bim bom for our last song today. Get out your bim bombers. Bim bom, bim 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 bom. Bim 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 bom. Jiri biri biri bim bom. Bim 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 bom. Bim 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 bom. Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Hey, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Bim, bam. Bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. Jiri, biri, biri, bim. Bam. Bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And we will see you next time. Mwah.